we are heading into, obviously, Dota 2, the International 2019. Will it set another new record for prize money? As obviously, as esports grows, so does the money.
Yeah, actually, it was pretty funny last year. For the first time ever, books allowed you to bet on the range that the TI prize pool would end at. So, for those that don't know how the prize pool is money is reached, the creators of Dota, Valve, they dedicate a certain percentage of money, and then they sell these sort of bundles and skins and sort of bonus features for the game in the lead up to the tournament. And so it's actually the community that buys these little, I guess, features and add-ons to the game, and money from that Valve will then dedicate to TI. Last year it was $31 million, I think the final thing was at, and the market for betting at books was, if it was over 30 million, I think it paid 3 to 1. So I could see them reaching that again. I don't know if in 1 year it could go a lot higher. I don't know. It'll be interesting when the books open up a line for that, though. I might have to tweet out a pic if I like the number.
Yes, because that sounds like a fun sort of prop bet to bet on. Which Dota 2 teams are currently in strong form?
Oh, well, the way the circuit works is there's a handful of majors each year, and each team coming into it kind of prepares as much as they can for that major. And so it's always hard to say from one tournament to another who, I guess, the best of the best are. But so far in 2018-2019, we've seen Virtus.pro, Team Secret as the top two dogs, without a doubt. They've Secret's won a major and they've been second in another. Virtus.pro's won a major and they've been second in the other two. But PSG, LGD, the Chinese team, is also kind of been top 5, top 6. Vici won the last major, but I still think that they're not at the same level as Virtus.pro and Secret overall. Evil Geniuses, the North Americans, they're kind of always in the bunch, making late tournament runs, but they kind of lose out to Team Secret or Virtus.pro. Those would be the 4 that I would say have been the best on this circuit. But those are the 4 that currently have secured their spot to TI in August. So based on the points they've accumulated, kind of like the ATP circuit, in order to qualify for the finals in November, I think it is, or December, players have to retain the points that they had from the previous year, and maybe have a couple tournament victories along the way. So those are my 4 top teams, but I've actually gone with some others for the outrights.
So who are you going for the outrights?
Well, I did take LGD because they're severely undervalued, and they're associated with the football team Paris Saint-Germain. That's where the PSG comes from. And this is a tournament in Paris, so who knows? Maybe they'll bring it home. Well, even though they're a Chinese team, maybe they'll bring it home for their football relations. And then I've also taken a shot on Liquid. And actually, Nat, I should have tweeted out the article last night when you said it went up, because I took them at 9.7 on the outright at Pinnacle, and that's been bet down to 6.6 today. There's 6.2 on Team Liquid.
It's all the people reading your article there, Adam. You've moved the market.
That people are so hyped about reading my Dota article that they all sort of tail. But you can still get Liquid at a similar price. I think 8 or 9 is still floating out there at a few books. I know Bet365, it was 9, but it's also come down to 7. I would say 7 is the minimum here. Well, look at that. Betway still has them at 10. So that's the best price on Liquid. But yeah, so PSG, LGD, and Team Liquid are the 2 teams that I've taken on the outright, because kind of like what Whale Capper was saying about Team, seeing an 8 or a 9 when it should be a 5 is still considerable value, and it opens up an excellent hedge opportunity if that team even gets to the semifinal or the final. They'll definitely be near 2.0 to 3.0 against any team they face at worst. So similar thinking to him with taking a team on the outright. Sorry, taking team on the outright.
TM, yeah.
Taking PSG, LGD, and Liquid are good value plays.
Okay, and so I'm actually just looking at your article now, and you say so that obviously the format be a 4-group GSL style format. What is that?
Yeah, so in the group, so there's always a group stage and then a playoff stage in every esports tournament. Unlike tennis, where you lose one match, you're eliminated from the tournament, they play a series of group matches. So the 16 teams attending are split into 4 groups. From that, the top 2 teams in each group will go into the upper bracket of the playoffs. The bottom 2 teams from each group go into the lower bracket. It's essentially like getting an extra life. So we sometimes see a Dota tournament where the group stage doesn't matter that much. At the majors and TI, they really do, because you have that extra life. And given how talented the field is, you just don't want to start in the lower bracket, because one bad map or bad sort of draft phase of your hero compilation and you're eliminated. So teams will definitely fight for that. I also did take some shots on group winners today. I haven't tweeted them out and they aren't in the article, but do you want me to go over those?
Sure, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, yes, we're going quickly. So the 2 that I saw the most value on was Team Liquid to win Group A at 3.5 and Fnatic to win Group D at 3.7. Now, both of them are, I would say, the second to third favored team in that group, but they can both upset the number 1 team, being Virtus.pro in Group A and EG in Group D. So if Fnatic gets the upset over EG and Liquid beats Virtus.pro, which they've done many times in their history, that will cash. So they only need 2 wins to do that.
All right, wonderful stuff. But you're taking PSG, LGD on the outright, and Liquid as well. But as you said, Liquid, that price has dropped from the 9.7 in the article. I put Adam's article in the chat box if you want to give that a read. And what are you going to do? You're going to put you're hedging your bets, putting a unit on each one.
Yep, I did that yesterday, and I love those plays. Honestly, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I do think that's huge. Honestly, because it's almost like getting it's almost like getting like a Federer after he's come back from injury right before he's going to win a tournament. It's sort of like we're getting ahead of Liquid last year for most of the circuit. They were around 3.0 to win every major. So this is a team getting them at 9 when they have won TI and they've won multiple tournaments in the past. I think this is a great price.
All right. There we go. That's Adam Boothe. I'm sure he's going to be back on next week talking some more esports and also NHL. All right, give him a follow on Twitter. Lockie QWERTY. There we go. It's quite a complicated one. You should have picked an easier one. We've got Ian O'Sullivan from Cycling Betting. That's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to say.
Well, I made the lock alias actually when I joined SBR forums back in 2010. And then I just sort of didn't come up with anything more clever, so I put QWERTY like the keyboard in there.
All right, Adam, thanks a bunch, and have a great weekend, and I'm sure I'll see you next week. Take care.